Hello and welcome back to the next tutorial in this series. Okay, today I just want to make some more movements on the character. So I'm just going to come down here to the timeline and press and hold the right mouse button and just drag across so I can see what he's up to. And about here I want to just select his leg and put in a keyframe at this position. So I'm just going to press I and left click lock location rotation scale, and I'm just going to again press and hold the right mouse button and scrub on a little bit on the timeline, and I think it's 96 we put the last one in. So I'm just going to grab his leg and maybe drag it to here, press I location rotation scale, and I might just come back and just going to select his head and see what we have for his head. Okay, that will do for the moment. I'm just going to scrub back or snap it back to the beginning. I'm just going to come up here and split this screen in two. I would recommend, if you have two screens, you can come up here to Windows and just duplicate your window. It's easier, you have more space to see what you're doing. Okay, so in this window I'm just going to press 0, and that brings up the camera view. And in this one I just want to select the camera, and we're back at 0 or back at 1. So I'm just going to press I, insert keyframe for the location rotation scale of the camera, and I'm going to press 7 in this view, and I'm just going to scrub on in the timeline. Again, I'm just going to press and hold the right mouse button and drag it on until the character starts moving. So maybe here I'm going to insert another keyframe, press I, location rotation will do, we don't need a scale to be honest. Okay, now I'm just going to scrub this on. Okay, and when he starts moving like this, I want the camera to zoom in to here, so I'm just going to press G and drag this camera in, and maybe here, left click when I'm happy, lock that in position. I'm just going to press G and Z and maybe just center him up a little bit better. That will do. Left click, lock that in. I'm going to put in a keyframe for here, so I'm just going to press I and insert the location rotation, and I'm just going to scrub on so when the character lines himself up, maybe come to here, press I want the camera to be still here at this particular point, and as he lines himself up I want the character to be over at the other pole. So I'm just going to press G and zoom right into this and I might just press G and X, just line this up a little bit better, and G and Z and just center up. I might just press 1 here and snap this back to translate. So I'm going to press Control space, select translate, and just grab this manipulator and drag it up. Okay, I'll press I to insert that keyframe for the location and rotation. Okay, now if we come down to the timeline and scrub back, it's a little bit fast maybe. Okay, we can do some test renders later to see, and we can change the timing on some of this, but for the moment that will do. Okay, so what I want to happen next is I'm going to leave the character where he is. I'm going to scrub back here as the camera leaves there. I'm just going to put actually 96. Make sure I have the bar selected, and there is a keyframe in for that position, so that's fine. And as we scrub on to here, maybe 120. I'm going to change this back to rotation first. I'm going to press Control space and left select rotation. I'm just going to rotate this maybe like this. Press G, drag it across, and I'm just going to press and hold the middle mouse button. I'm just going to press G and Y and just drag it forward slightly. And I'm going to press I to insert a keyframe right there. Or maybe just press 1 again. Maybe I could line this up a bit better. Maybe I could just press G and drag this up so it hits it square on. Press I, location, rotation, scale. And I'm just going to come to the timeline and drag this on maybe to 130. Maybe that's a little bit, but we'll chance it for the moment and just drag this on and press left click to lock that in. Press I, location, rotation, and again the same amount to come back maybe, or a little bit faster. Press G to here, press I and location, rotation, and I'm just going to scrub back now to where it first hits the 6. I'll select the letter 6 and insert a keyframe for its location rotation. And I'm going to select this again and scrub to the next. What I can do actually is come back to here and right now I can just pick a point and we can have a look at the speed of it later. I can press R to rotate and maybe just go 180 and just enter and press I, location, rotation, scrub on and just maybe come to here 146 or 144 actually. Select this bar, press I, location, rotation, and then scrub it on. To here and just drag it out of the way, so we can just press G and drag it back to the character. Press I, location, rotation. Okay, and I think that'll do for, well actually what I might do is, so as that comes in, the bar comes over, because the 9 goes down a little bit more, might just insert a keyframe here, location, rotation, and then as the 9 rotates, just bring the camera back slightly. Okay, so I'm just going to come to here, press 7, press G and just drag this back. Line it up and insert a keyframe, location, rotation. Okay, going to press Control S and save that. And that's going to be it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next.